Hello, my name is Pierre. I'm videoing this from the inside of my van, which I've actually been living in for roughly 5 or so years. I've had the opportunity with some friends to build an experimental kind of house on their property, 126 acres in the wheat belt in Western Australia. And I think the important thing, or the special thing about this place, is that the wheat belt is largely agricultural, has been cleared, the largest area that's ever been cleared in one go for agricultural use, and as a result it's mainly barren fields and pastures which kind of extend as far as the eye can see, with very little in the way of what was once one of the biggest rainforests in the world. But aside from that, the fact is that this place, before it was actually purchased by my friends, had sat for 20 years, which has meant that a lot of the habitat and trees and such like have actually kind of regrown back. So it's a little oasis of green, just to give you a brief idea of where this is, the kind of area that we're actually talking about. I've looked into experimental houses and underground houses for many years, but I've never had the financial opportunity to actually kind of implement any of these ideas myself. So I'm looking forward to getting started in this. I have actually done the conventional lifestyle, the mortgage, regular house and all such things, and it never really kind of provided me with much in the way of fulfillment. So hopefully this area, this piece of paradise away from, conventional living, I suppose, which I've grown a little bit opposed to, is a great opportunity. But yeah, so this is the document, and this is essentially the first video, and hopefully many of basically the first few months of me digging a great big bloody hole. But the rest of it will just kind of happen organically, and we'll just see how things progress. And yeah, exciting project to get stuck into regardless. So here we are at the actual site of the dig. It's a circular dwelling. I'll be using the sheets of water tanks to have essentially what is like an underground yurt, facing northwards down to where there's a proposed dam eventually. We'll put a bat box in not too far from one of the trees up here, just to lower the mosquito problem, because there are quite a few of the little terrors around here. The idea of building underground essentially is for a few reasons. One, it tends not to interfere, I suppose, with the natural setting, and I like the idea of a house that kind of incorporates its environment. Second, building underground has the thermal advantages of the earth around it. If I take it down, well, I will be taking it down to 6 to 8 foot, where it can maintain an all year round temperature of 10 degrees centigrade, which is beneficial in the fact that out here in the wheat belt you do have high temperatures in the summer and very low temperatures in the winter, and to have that thermal aspect of it just incorporated into the walls is something that would require little heat, which I'll probably talk about the actual heating sources and heating ideas I actually have for the place later on. But I'm going to concern myself more at the moment with the build. And as I'm actually digging this stuff, because I'm considering future projects, I'm having to separate up, because it's a mixture of clay and sand and ideally later on I want to be kind of doing cob projects where I'm using kind of like some of the natural materials around the place, so separating it now as opposed to later, if I'm hitting main kind of deep kind of veins of clay and stuff, it makes it easier for me later on to actually just separate that stuff up and actually use it in the projects I have in the future. But anyway, that's a little taster, and yeah, look forward to more videos.